Tales of Herding Gods Episode 56. In the previous episode, after the fierce confrontation on the prairie, Qin Mu bid farewell to his masters, Butcher and Blind, as they departed into the distant horizon. Though their figures faded from sight, their words lingered in Qin Mu's heart, promises of reunion when the new year comes. As he prepared to move on, Qin Mu was soon sought by Chancellor Ba Shan, whose booming voice echoed for miles across the grasslands. Together with Ling Yuxiu, Ling'er, and the Green Bull, Qin Mu continued toward the borderlands. Along the way, tender moments and teasing laughter broke the tension, Ling Yuxiu recovering from her wounds while quietly competing with the little fox for Qin Mu's attention. Elsewhere, far from their journey, the young patriarch of the Imperial College made his quiet departure. With time running short and his life nearing its end, he chose to leave behind the institution he had built with his own hands. In a heartfelt conversation with Eternal Peace Imperial Preceptor, the two discussed ideals, ambition, and the true meaning of the orthodox path. And the story continues. Eternal Peace Imperial Preceptor's body trembled slightly. The things you want to do are too big and the road ahead is filled with thistles and thorns. My life is coming to an end and I can't help you anymore, you'll have to rely on yourself. The young patriarch smiled gently and told him to go back. With deep respect, the Imperial Preceptor bowed low, thanking his Dao friend for a lifetime of support before turning away. His robes fluttered as he disappeared into the vast sea of people in the capital. The young patriarch rose, summoned the Elder of Discipline, and said calmly, "Let's go. It's time for the young cult master to ascend to power." Far away, at the borders of the Great Wall, Chancellor Ba Shan led Qin Mu and Ling Yuxiu into the frontier stockade. The air was heavy with tension. When a barbarian general saw them, he warned Ba Shan that he was forbidden to leave the borders. Ba Shan's icy glare silenced all objections. One by one, the soldiers lowered their heads in fear, and the gates creaked open. He rode out, proud and defiant. As they left, Qin Mu's attention was caught by a young barbarian training atop the gate tower. The youth's punches were so fierce that wind followed each strike. When the youth noticed Qin Mu watching, he shouted boldly, "Marshal Khan, my name is Pangong So, son of the Prairie King. One day, I will defeat you and become the overlord of the prairie." Ba Shan looked back and, impressed, praised the boy's spirit and talent. He even had him repeat his moves. Then told Qin Mu, "This one has great control and natural strength, he's a rare seedling." Qin Mu nodded in agreement, sensing that this youth's potential was extraordinary. "As long as he doesn't die," Qin Mu said, "he'll become a legend on the prairie." After Ba Shan's words of praise, Pangong So's determination burned even stronger. But soon, destiny came for him. A golden light flashed across the sky. A shaman king descended from above. He questioned the guards and, upon seeing Pangong So, was shocked by the boy's exceptional constitution. Delighted, he declared, "This is the sacred child of reincarnation the Grand Shaman has been seeking." Before anyone could stop him, the shaman king seized Pangong So and vanished in a streak of golden light. In Roland's golden palace, the Grand Shaman received the boy with joy. He hurried Pangong So to the sacred hall and called to his ancient master, announcing that the sacred child, one who shared the same rare constitution as the master, had been found. From within the shrine, a ghastly laughter echoed. A skeletal monster emerged, its head below, its legs above, and it clung to Pangong So's head. A thunderous boom shook the boy's mind. His soul was destroyed, replaced by the soul of the ancient Grand Master. The reincarnation ritual began. The Grand Shaman warned that this act of defying fate would attract the messenger of death. And he rushed to set up a powerful formation of 17 golden skeletons, remnants of the Master's previous incarnations. Suddenly, the air grew cold. A dark wind swept in, and from another realm came a ghostly boat carrying an old man beneath a dim green lantern. He was folding paper humans and horses that suddenly sprang to life and galloped toward the gate of the hall. The 17 golden skeletons moved to intercept them, their formation shining like the power of gods. Yet, the power from the other world was overwhelming. Paper blades sliced through bone. And one by one, the skeletons fell. The Grand Shaman poured his energy into the defense, desperate to buy time for his master's reincarnation. But the dark boat drifted closer, and the elder lifted his lamp, extending his hand through the boundary between worlds to seize the Grandmaster's soul. At that critical instant, the Grandmaster's body stiffened and collapsed, lifeless. But Pang Gongso's eyes opened, bright and black, full of vitality. In that moment, the gate between worlds shattered. The paper soldiers burned into ash, and the hand of the deathly elder withdrew into the void. Light returned to the hall, and calmness followed the storm. Pang Gongso exhaled slowly and smiled. I've finally succeeded. Congratulations, Grand Master. The Grand Shaman bowed deeply. Pang Gongso dismissed him, closing the doors behind him. Alone, he whispered to himself, if not for the old body's weakness, Heaven Knife would never have triumphed. But now, I am reborn. Eternal Peace Empire and Heaven Knife will no longer threaten me. Meanwhile, far away in Qingmen Pass, Qin Mu handed 2 jade bottles to Chancellor Ba Shan before going to buy herbs. The shopkeeper quietly passed him a message. Young master, Patriarch is waiting for you. Leave the pass at once and head for Harmony Prefecture. Qin Mu nodded and returned to refine healing pills for Ba Shan before departing silently with Ling'er. When Ling Yuxiu finished bathing, Qin Mu was gone. She searched and found only Ba Shan, who reassured her, "Don't worry, princess. The fox is gone too. He wasn't taken, he left on his own." Still, she felt disappointed. Why did he leave without a word? Ba Shan then said it was time to return to Imperial College. For the Grand Chancellor was soon to retire. He wished to see his mentor one last time. Ling Yuxiu agreed. On the road, Qin Mu and Ling'er traveled toward Harmony Prefecture. But everywhere they passed, rebellion and chaos reigned. Sect after sect declared that the emperor had been misled by the treacherous Imperial Preceptor, and they rose in the name of justice to overthrow eternal peace. Cities burned. Armies fought endlessly. Even local officials had joined the uprisings. Qin Mu looked upon the turmoil with worry. If this continues, he thought, every sect in the land will rebel. Even if the empire wins, it will be crippled. He wondered what plan the Imperial Preceptor had to calm the chaos. For surely such destruction was not his goal. The empire's strength was its foundation for future conquest, and this rebellion threatened to tear it apart. As Qin Mu passed through Luo City, bandits and deserters attacked him repeatedly. Some were rogue cultivators, others were former soldiers turned thieves. He escaped using his unmatched speed and cripple's heavenly pilfering leg skill, slipping through every ambush unharmed. Reflecting on the state of the world, he thought grimly, if Eternal Peace Imperial Preceptor is able to pacify this rebellion and subdue or eliminate all of the Empire's opposing forces, Eternal Peace Empire would be fully united, and that would be extremely terrifying. And that wraps up this episode. In this part, we saw a major turning point in the story, one filled with parting, destiny, and the beginning of great upheaval. Eternal Peace Imperial Preceptor said his final farewell to the young patriarch, entrusting the future to him as his own life neared its end. Meanwhile, Qin Mu, traveling with Chancellor Ba Shan and Princess Ling Yuxiu, reached the borderlands, where they met a young barbarian named Pang Gongso, a boy bursting with ambition and natural strength. This encounter, however, marked the start of a much larger destiny. Pang Gongso was soon taken away by a shaman king and delivered to the Grand Shaman of Roland's Golden Palace. There, a dark and forbidden ritual began, a ritual of reincarnation meant to give an ancient Grand Master new life. As otherworldly forces broke through, bringing ghostly spirits and the messenger of death himself, the ritual succeeded. Pang Gongso's soul was erased, replaced by the powerful and cunning spirit of the Grand Master. With his rebirth complete, a new threat to the world quietly emerged. At the same time, Qin Mu set out toward Harmony Prefecture after receiving a mysterious message from his patriarch. Across the empire, rebellion and chaos spread like wildfire. Sects rose against the throne, claiming that the emperor had fallen under the control of the treacherous Imperial Preceptor. War and destruction consumed the land, forcing Qin Mu to question what the Imperial Preceptor's true plan could be. If he could suppress the rebellion and crush all opposition, the Eternal Peace Empire would stand united, stronger and more terrifying than ever before. If you enjoyed this episode or found it interesting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the latest episodes in Qin Mu's journey. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.